What is it about a story whispered in the dark that holds such power? Why do tales of vengeful spirits and things that go bump in the night continue to raise the hairs on the back of our necks centuries after they were first told? The answer lies deep within our own psychology and in our shared cultural memory. Our brains are wired to respond to fear. It is a primal, evolutionary instinct that has kept us alive. These legends tap directly into that response, allowing us to experience peril from a safe distance. When we hear of a phantom figure that roams a lonely highway or a haunted hotel where guests report inexplicable cold spots and flickering lights, our own imaginations begin to stir, filling in the terrifying gaps and making the experience deeply personal. But these stories do more than simply frighten us. They help us make sense of a world that is often chaotic and inexplicable. Many ghost stories are born from real tragedies, unsolved crimes, sudden disasters, or profound acts of injustice. By telling and retelling these tales, communities are able to process their collective grief and loss. They serve as cautionary reminders of betrayal, revenge, or the dire consequences of unchecked power. These legends also anchor us to places and to our own history. Haunted locations become a vital part of a community's identity, drawing us in with the promise of a brush with the supernatural and ensuring the survival of the stories themselves. And in our modern age, technology has given these legends a new and terrifying life. Tales that were once confined to a flickering campfire now spread across the globe in an instant, morphing and adapting to reflect our contemporary anxieties. Ultimately, these chilling tales endure because they speak to something universal. They invite us to explore the fragile boundaries between the seen and the unseen, the rational and the unexplainable.
They are a mirror, reflecting our deepest questions about life, death, and the vast, unsettling unknown. Yet, beyond the haunted houses and modern myths, there exists an older, deeper vein of horror. These are not mere entertainment. They are living warnings, woven into the very fabric of cultures that have long understood the world in ways we have forgotten. Let us journey now into the shadowy heart of Indigenous lore, where stories are not just meant to frighten, but to teach, to warn, and to keep us safe from the forces that dwell just beyond the edge of the firelight. Perhaps the most infamous of these figures is the Wendigo, a creature born from the legends of the Algonquian-speaking peoples of North America's coldest forests. The Wendigo is not a monster of simple malice, but a spirit of insatiable, gnawing hunger. It is often depicted as a towering, gaunt figure, its flesh stretched tight across its bones, its eyes burning with a famine that can never be satisfied. According to legend, the Wendigo is born from one of humanity's darkest taboos, cannibalism. In the brutal desperation of a harsh winter, those who resorted to consuming human flesh were said to become possessed by this supernatural force, transforming them into predators whose unending craving for more was a chilling cautionary tale against the perils of greed and the breakdown of community. Even today, in the vast northern forests, the word Wendigo is spoken with fear, and some still claim to hear its mournful shrieks carried on the frozen winter wind. Moving to the sun-scorched landscapes of the American Southwest, we encounter the Skinwalker, a legend that strikes a unique and personal terror into the heart of the Navajo people.
In their language, they are called Yinaldloshi, which translates to, "With it he goes on all fours." Unlike the Wendigo, a Skinwalker is not a spirit, but a human being, a witch who has chosen a path of profound evil, breaking sacred taboos to gain the power of shapeshifting. By wearing the hide of an animal, they can become a wolf, a coyote, an owl, or any other creature they choose. They use these dark powers to sow fear, illness, and death. Tales of the Skinwalker are told only in hushed voices, as many believe that to even speak their name is to draw their malevolent attention. Sightings persist to this day, particularly around desolate, isolated areas where eerie lights, unexplained livestock mutilations, and chilling encounters with unnatural figures continue to be reported. From the dense, mist-shrouded forests of the Pacific Northwest come tales of the Kushtaka, or the land otter people, feared by the Tlingit and Tsimshian tribes. The Kushtaka are sinister shapeshifters, able to appear as friendly otters or even as loved ones. According to the warnings, they lure their victims away with the sound of a crying baby or the familiar voice of a friend calling out from the woods. Once a person is led astray deep into the wilderness, the Kushtaka reveal their true nature, stealing their victim's soul and transforming them into one of their own. This terrifying legend serves as a potent warning against wandering alone in the vast wilderness and the profound danger of being deceived by something that seems familiar and safe. Deeper still in these same forests, other tribes like the Salish and Nez Perce warn of the Stick Indians. These are shadowy, elusive beings, rarely seen clearly but always felt. They lurk among the ancient trees, whistling an eerie, hypnotic tune to lure travelers off the path and deeper into their domain. Those who have felt their presence describe a sudden, inexplicable feeling of dread, the sound of strange laughter echoing through the night, or the unnerving sense that they are being watched by unseen eyes. The Stick Indians are a constant reminder of the wild's unpredictable dangers and the critical importance of respecting boundaries, both physical and spiritual. The warnings are not confined to the land. From the frigid waters of the Arctic, the Inuit people pass down the story of the Kalupalik. These are mysterious, green-skinned creatures with long hair and sharp claws who lurk beneath the sea ice. They are said to make a faint, melodic humming sound to attract children who wander too close to the water's edge. Parents have for generations warned their children to never play near the shore alone, lest the Kalupalik snatch them, pulling them down into the icy depths, never to be seen again. It is a story born from the very real and ever-present danger of thin ice, a supernatural tale that has saved countless lives. This pattern of cautionary tales is a near-universal human tradition. In the Australian outback, Aboriginal peoples share the story of the bunyip, a monstrous creature said to dwell in swamps, creeks, and billabongs. Descriptions vary. Some say it has a dog-like face and a horse's tail, others a long neck and tusks, but all agree on its terrifying, booming roar that echoes through the night. The bunyip is said to prey on anyone foolish enough to approach the water after dark, a warning that has reinforced a deep respect for nature's hidden dangers for thousands of years. Travel to the Amazon rainforest, and you will hear the Shipibo-Konibo people speak of the Chulachaki. This cunning spirit of the forest is a master of deception. It can perfectly mimic the appearance of a family member or a friend to lure a person deep into the jungle, away from the safety of their path. But there is always one telltale flaw. One of the Chuyachaki's feet is twisted backward or is shaped like the hoof of an animal. Those who are lost in the moment and fail to notice this crucial detail will be led so far into the dense jungle that they become hopelessly lost, destined to wander until they perish. The legend is a constant, vital reminder to always be aware of your surroundings, to never stray unprepared, and to know that the forest itself is always watching. Even the Maori of New Zealand have their own powerful guardians and monsters, the Taniwa. These beings dwell in rivers, lakes, and dark caves. Some Taniwa are protectors of a tribe, but others are dangerous predators, emerging to capsize canoes and sweep away those who disrespect their waters or trespass on sacred ground. These stories reinforce the cultural importance of honoring boundaries and the powerful spirits that watch over the land and sea. From the Wendigo's icy hunger to the Skinwalker's shape-shifting menace, from the whispers of the Stick Indians to the deceptive call of the Tuyachaki, these legends are far more than simple ghost stories. They are living lessons woven into the fabric of daily life, passed down through countless generations. They are complex systems of law, morality, and survival, disguised as tales of terror. They remind us that the world is far older and stranger than we know, and that some warnings should never, ever be ignored. Because the scariest monsters are the ones that have something to teach us, especially when we refuse to listen.